today, as always.
I never do. We're not even on.
What do you mean we're not on? I say
this
live.
Is pre-stream on my.
I say live.
Mine says pre-stream.
Mine says
live.
Live.
Pre-stream.
Which is it? Are we live or are we not live?
Oh my god.
Mine says we've been streaming for 20 seconds, Ryan.
I guess I trust you.
I'm going to say we're streaming, and maybe only I'm streaming. Maybe it's half streaming, Ryan. Maybe the audience just sees this. I don't know. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see in the comment section / the chat section. Tell me if it's me, Ryan, just me. Ones, twos. I don't know what the numbers mean in the chats. Put words in the chats. I'm not a fucking computer. I'm not binary code. Don't put zeros and ones in the chat. Ryan, on the show today. Maha, Make America Healthy. Again, RFK and mRNA vaccines, RFK and SNAP benefits. Both great things. Diddy requesting a pardon from Trump officially. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Somali rapists, Ryan. That's something. AI. This is probably the craziest thing. This isn't what the episode is about, but to me, this is the craziest thing. This is the thing that I know I'm most fired up. Ryan will be most fired up. Let's just say it's an AI news interview and leave it there. Whew. I wrote my notes so fast to get the show going, and I don't know if that says Big Breed, Big Bread, Big Bird, maybe. We're going to talk about Big Bird, I think. Also on the show, Governor Abbott and Texas arrest. This is interesting. The theme of the episode, Ryan, though, is about Laura Loomer. She says Tucker Carlson withheld information knowingly about Hunter Biden laptops. We'll see. And U.S. representative says she puts Guatemala before the United States. As always, Ryan, what thing would you like to speak about most? Is it Big Bird, Big Bread, or Big Breed?
I'll go Big Bird and then
boned.
Tucker.
Big boned, Ryan. It's big boned. Here's it's a real problem when I write really fast because I already don't write particularly well, and then I write speedy and you can't read it at all. And this is a digitally created image, but it is interesting to see. This is I just think it's funny because people who are fat always say they're big boned. This is a fat person and then a skeleton. Yes. Yes, that's what it looks like. It turns out you are not big boned. You are fat.
That's terrifying to look at, and then go see a fat person.
Isn't it crazy? I think it's a specifically old image. It says created for the documentary 70 Stones and Almost Dead. I don't. Europeans weigh things by stones, I guess. I don't know what it means. Yes. Yeah, that's terrifying. That's crazy.
We're told that's big and beautiful and normal.
Big, well, and brave specifically. It is brave too because your heart will fail if you look like this. Is a
brave because it feels like you're fighting death all day to fucking walk, dude. Like Jesus.
That is brave. We're playing on easy, Ryan. When you're not fat and you have to do exercise, it's very easy. So why play the game on easy, Ryan? Why not gain a bunch of weight, become out of shape to get back into shape to make the game more difficult?
Yeah, do you get bigger arms if you got to curl more bicep fat?
Way bigger. You amass more muscle, and then by the time you're done burning off the fat, I think this is the play, Ryan. I'm not I almost said a gymnast. I'm not a physical trainer, Ryan. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think that's the game plan. If you amass a bunch of weight, then it's like double training. It's like resistance training and weightlifting. And then
getting jacked is hard enough. So let's get you fat first. So you have to get fat and so you can get
double jacked. I think this is right. I think this is the plan.
Okay.
Let's do it, Ryan. Gain 300 pounds and let's see how fit you get.
Fit to getting fat to get fit.
Do you think it would be? I know everyone's a little bit different, but the premise is kind of the same. Ryan, do you think it would be difficult for you to gain 300 pounds?
What's harder for me to gain 300 pounds or lose 300 pounds?
Well, it's way harder for you to lose 300 pounds because you'd be negative pounds.
I think it's easier to lose weight than gain weight.
You think so?
You just stop eating. your body will naturally take care of itself.
Yes, that's true. But is it difficult
I
to
mean,
not eat?
Ozempic.
I feel like you want to
Well,
eat when you're not eating.
well, their cravings pass after 15 minutes. There's psychological tropes to losing weight, David. Like the mashed potato diet. You just put fucking potatoes in a pot and mix it and eat that. Like, how much
That's
potatoes are you
eating.
going to
That's
eat?
called eating, Ryan. What?
But hold on. I know, but Dave, what it's doing is psychologically you're eating, but really, like, would you have like 200
Well,
calories
no,
of
you're
like
not psychologically
carbohydrate?
eating. You're literally eating.
You're eating, but you're not actually eating to calorie. Like,
I know what you're trying to say. It's just funny the way
yeah,
you phrased it. I do the macaroni and
yes.
cheese diet. I put macaroni and cheese in a pot, and then I eat the whole thing. Uh,
It's
I
made
kind
with
of
real
wanna
cheese, dude.
I kind of want to try and document a 5-day fast. I think because Ryan, I know what you're saying. It is technically less work to lose weight because you literally just
It's
don't eat.
gotta be.
But it
It's
has
fucking
to
gotta
be.
be.
But it's got to be way more difficult than you think it is.
It's gotta be harder on your body and your mind. I'm underselling it. What I mean is like
Physically, it's
if
less.
yeah, if we're talking like thermodynamics, like it's easier to heat something up than cool it down. Right? That's basically what I'm saying. It's probably easier to lose weight than to gain weight. Because eating past your capacity is fucking hard. Like, really. Like, I have to really eat to be full, dude.
Well, I don't know because what capacity are we talking about? Because a lot of
Well, you
people
stop
eat.
moving. It's a different thing. I mean, you stop moving, your calorie intake changes. So, I mean, it's everything. But the 2,000 basic calorie average that we all shoot for, I've heard it put that the average person is probably like 1,300 if you sit at a desk. You know what I
I
mean?
think I
So,
eat considerably less than 2,000 calories a day, but I probably also move considerably less than you, if I were to guess. I put if you want to do step-wise, I do about 15,000 steps a day.
yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I probably do 70 flights of stairs a day, climbing a ladder, 100 flights of stairs a day with tools
You
on.
could potentially put on 10,000 more steps a day than I do. So if you ate 2,000 calories versus me eating 1,200 calories, you'd still be probably better off. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
people
actually,
understand
people
the
that
how
are
much
active have
activity matters.
having. My cousin and I were just talking about this. Even if you take people at the same exact weight and body mass, if the one person is more active, they will consume and burn more calories. Like, not only do they
For
need
sure.
more fuel, but their metabolism will burn the calories faster. So technically, they're eating more and getting more out of the food, and they're getting less. Like, they're not holding on to it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people undersell activity because a lot of people will do this. They'll aim for and don't get me wrong, this isn't
No
wrong.
calorie
This will
deficit, but
work.
not
Calorie
increase
deficit works
their
100%.
yeah.
And it will work. But it'll work way faster if you eat the same amount of calories and fucking move.
Yeah, twice your body movement with the same amount of calories while you're in a calorie that you'll technically be in a calorie deficit. Like literally. The problem is if you're trying to build muscle, you still got to feed enough carbohydrate and stuff, and that's where it gets into like 1 gram of protein per lean body mass and not fucking total weight. Right? Like a fat person doesn't need 150 grams of protein. I do. He probably needs like 40 grams of protein. And that's why when you go into stores and it says
Or he needs
high
150 grams
protein,
of protein, but he's also 350 pounds versus you needing
right? But
150 grams of protein and you're 160 pounds.
160 pounds. Right. But that, I mean, it all kind of begs the question. It goes back to like when you see things that are like high protein food and it's like 23 grams. Like, I know part of it's marketing, but in reality, like I could smoke 60 grams I could eat a fucking 10-ounce steak. I mean, we're
A lot
talking
of
70, 80 grams of protein right there.
a lot of problems with those high protein foods, though, if you look at them, they're also packed with a lot of sugars and
Yeah. I
unnecessary,
actually found out
useless calories too.
I actually found out how they track protein. It's the only macronutrient that they measure the amount of nitrogen in the food to determine its nutrient value. So it's not like they can pull up the molecules and count how many molecules of protein are in the food. They actually, I don't know if it's by weight or biochemical available. I don't know how they actually get that measurement, but they measure the nitrogen release And based on the nitrogen release, they assume because the higher the protein content in the food, the more nitrogen there is because of whatever the protein and the enzymes of the amino acids are. But that's how like some of these companies were caught lying and putting stuff in exactly what you're describing, David. Like we'll literally put shit in there like fucking dextrose, and all that does is increase the nitrogen content. So technically, on paper, on that nutrition label, they can sell it that they have 30 grams of protein, but it's actually like 17.
Well,
So,
this is the
and there's
danger
been
you run
class action
into
lawsuits for that as well. And they have
because
muscle milk is sued, and
it's technically false advertising, but technically not if you're going by pure like this is again the legalese and things like that. But
yeah,
that's why
I'm sure it
marketers
was
are
an
always really
athlete that
good.
went after.
Oh, for sure, or like a personal trainer or somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're
Yeah,
talking about. Because most people wouldn't
yeah.
notice that; they would just be like, "Oh, it's high in protein, and I'm going to eat it." Yeah, I don't. I think this is very related, though. This is very related. We kind of touched on this a little bit because RFK Jr. floated this idea out forever ago, and I thought it was a great idea. And now there's some actual action being taking place here. So this is the sugary SNAP, which SNAP is supplemental nutrition assistance program or something along those lines, but it has to do with people who are really up against it, right? When we talk about safety nets, there's people in this country who legitimately had a tough break and they should get a safety net. I actually believe that. I really do. I'm not like a full blown blow it all up. Nobody should get assistance. I think there's people who legitimately fall on hard times, and I don't mind those people getting help. I don't like when the help is taken advantage of. So I think this is a hats off moment. This is the kind of shit I like to see from if you're going to have a Maha movement. This is the kind of stuff I'm looking for.
Since my confirmation, our department has encouraged states to think differently and creatively about how to behave Americans. One way is by not allowing taxpayer fund benefits to be used to purchase unhealthy items like soda, candy, and other junk food. The number purchased by recipients is sugary drinks. SNAP is a supplemental nutrition program meant to provide health food benefits to low-income families to supplement their grocery budget so they can afford the nutritious food essential to health and well-being. That is the stated purpose of the SNAP program. The law states it, and President Trump's USDA plans to deliver on it alongside our partners at HHS. So today, I'm proud to sign 6 more waivers for Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Colorado. This is in addition to the waivers we've already signed for Iowa, Indiana, and others across the country. I continue to encourage states to be laboratories of innovation, think through how you can promote healthy families and healthy communities. And because of our historic partnership, USDA and HHS, and the visionary leadership of the governors here with us today and of the states represented by the signings, we are doing something about it. These SNAP waivers are just one piece of the MAHA effort. We work so together to encourage voluntary commitments to remove artificial food dyes, among other things, from our food supply. And together we are crafting sensical dietary guidelines for Americans that prioritize whole, healthy, and nutritious foods.
How about you stop subsidizing the wheat industry to poison our flour then? Stop subsidizing farmers to dump out their milk. Stop subsidizing all the farmers to waste their products, and you bail them out so that they actually have to sell their food. How about you stop subsidizing, giving tax breaks to big, large grocery chains that withhold baby formula during the 2020 pandemic?
Thomas Massey, I believe, did put forth legislation, and he brought it to people's attention because a lot of people don't know that, right? They force farmers to dump milk, perfectly good milk, down the drain. Grocery prices are so high. I don't know.
They pay them to. Like we pay to get more. Like, and then the political ploy is that I'm going to lower the price of milk.
I don't know. Let all the milk be sold. That would lower the price because you would increase the supply, Ryan.
Well, we don't want to do that for the peasants now, do we? It's not like milk is pretty nutritious, David,
You
considering
know
the
what? You know what would make milk less expensive?
nutrition content.
Less
More milk.
processing. Less
Yeah.
processing, more milk. Less processing, more milk. From teat to mouth.
Squirt it right in there.
It's directly
Can I
from
be
the
honest?
teat.
Can
Sell
I
the
be
teat.
honest about this? Can I be
Yeah.
honest about the snap thing?
I always encourage you to be honest, man. If you're ever
Do I
not
really
honest,
care if the people in the ghetto get fucking high C's, fruit punch, Capri Suns, pop, fucking crackers? I don't care. I really don't care. Should we probably not have like the worst shit ever invented on Snap? Probably not. I definitely agree with that. But like, isn't it like anti-freedom that I have? Here's a Snap card to go to the grocery store. You can only buy a third of the stuff in there.
Well, I have 2 points to this, Ryan. One, it's not anti-freedom because you're not paying. But 2, the ultimate irony of this is this, and this is something a lot of people are missing. For all the people who want government-provided healthcare, Exhibit A. Because guess what? When they're paying, they decide.
Are you saying this is the ration care that has always been talked about?
This is everything Sarah Palin said. This is the death panels. It's just in a different. It's the same.
The death
concept.
panels
It's
is no
just food.
Oreos. No
Death
Oreos.
panels. No Oreos. Death panels.
What about Sunny D?
Death panels.
Ice cream sandwiches?
Death panels.
Because this is what I'm saying. At what point? What is it? Just sugar content? Like really? Like what is the macronutrient we're tracing here to see if it fits on a fucking list or not?
Well, this is a fair question. I don't know the answer to this. I
Because
suspect
also-
sugar content is a big player.
Okay, so let's couple. If it is just sugar content, why do we see all these synthetic and blown up explosions of artificial sugars, David? Because it's zero sugar. It can now be sold and probably bought on food stamps if it's just sugar content, David. And let's be honest, the fake sugar is worse for you than the real sugar.
Way worse.
I'm fucking tired. I'm really tired of people telling me. I drink half a gallon of chocolate milk a day. And you know what the first thing people say is, aren't you worried about the sugar in there? Be like, do you understand how sugar works?
Are you worried about your diet
How much
Coke?
sugar's in
Because
fucking
that's way worse. That
Gatorade?
gives you cancer.
Way worse. It literally alters the microbiome in your stomach lining.
For anyone who
If I drink aspartame, get diarrhea personally.
For anyone who thinks
can't
this
even-
is outrageous conspiracy theories, let me give you an anecdotal story that everyone who has ever had a child knows. When the woman goes in to see the doctor during pregnancy, they tell her very specific things that they should not do. One of the things that she was told is that she should not have diet drinks because the fake sugar is fucking horrible for you. And if it's horrible for you, it's extra horrible for the fetus. No diet drinks. He said, if you want a real Coke, drink a real Coke.
The caffeine.
Preferably drink water. But if you're dying for a Coke, don't do diet.
It's crazy, dude. It's good for a regular person though. Just not the ones pregnant.
You're fine. If you're pregnant, you shouldn't do it. But if you're just like, but you know, certain like vaccines and stuff. Well, don't get that when you're pregnant. Why not? I'm gonna need you to explain it to me like I'm 5. Because if it's bad for the baby, how is it good for me?
Yeah, David, I bring this up with the sugar content because I will tell this story till I die. It was Ireland or Scotland or one of the European Union countries. They went after Subway because of their bread. Their bread when they tested it under a magnifying glass and like dissolved it or however they once again with the nitrogen thing. However they figured that out. They figured out that the bread digests more as sugar than it does a carbohydrate. And they told Subway that you either change your bread so it's bread or you serve it as a pastry. And you would have to pay like some kind of, I think it was a dessert tax. So yeah. So basically all they did was just change the molecules and then they fucking sell it as new bread. It's just a marketing ploy now. They did it in America with the thing at the time. And I don't know if you remember, David, but there was some shit in the sandwich bread that was like from like a yoga mat, or we've heard these things over the years as they've come and gone. But in reality, it's probably, here it is. Article is more than 4 years old.
We covered this story on the show years ago. Whether it was 4 years ago, I'm not sure. It could have potentially been 4 years ago. We've covered this story. This isn't. This is the thing. When you, I encourage everyone to do what we're doing, because when you follow everything this closely, and I know we make jokes like Ryan doesn't pay attention or whatever because he comes on the show and then we just hit him with a bunch of stuff. But I'm telling you, when you follow stuff this closely, you know what the fuck is going on after 5 years.
Yeah.
You're paying way closer attention than the average person.
Yeah. And the thing, Dave can vouch for this. One of the things I nabbed people early with was like GMOs. Like, dude, the food you're eating is not even real food. You know, and this is another thing I'm going to say about this RFK thing. If we're promoting healthy food, then what about all the genetically modified food and the side effect food and the red? I know we encourage artificials. They're not good for us. We know they're not. We know that's why they make dye-free shit already. It's literally, GMO labeling didn't exist when I was like, yo, man, GMOs are probably bad for you. There's an organization, a nonprofit called the Non-GMO Project or Foundation, and they label your food non-genetically modified organism, meaning that the seeds came from heirloom seeds. Dave and I have talked years about this before we even started streaming. This has been one of the this and firearms. We're like the backbone of fucking why I cared about
you. Could call this 10 years ago. I remember buying donuts for people because we used to work together at a car dealership. I bought donuts, and to get Ryan to take one, I literally typed a note and I put non-GMO on the box because I knew. I knew. Haha, real funny. Yeah. 10 years ago.
10 years ago. It's non-GMO. It says non-GMO. But now what do we get? We got the joke with the credit card and plastic spoon in our brain. So, like, is genetically modified food really the worst of our worries, or is it just all... So, was it the genetically modified food, David, or just all the microplastics I've been eating giving everybody cancer? Is it mesothelioma or is it microplastic? You know, like, is it lead or microplastic? Like, we're at the point now that it's like, this is, what I say about fast food, too? Like, we're at the point now that it don't even fucking matter what, like the amount of shit in the air, like, it doesn't even matter if you're eating fast food. Now, granted, a real cheeseburger will always be better, higher quality. Yes, duh. Warren Buffett's eating real food. But, like, you just can't keep up with these people. You're not going to outpace Trump getting his blood scanned to get the plastic out. But to round it out, my main bitch is, like, don't tell me the government gave me a card and then they're going to tell me what I can and can't do with it. It's kind of shitty. Now, I definitely agree. It's not your money. I understand. But, like, that's our stink. That's our stink, is that we're worried about poor people getting fat off sugary foods. Because let's be honest, I see it. I see, like, a bunch of kids. You got 5 kids. They're all fat. It's like, there's no way you can afford all that food, lady. I don't even care. I don't care that you're on food stamps. I live in New York. People fucking sell their food stamps for drug money. Like, I don't give a fuck. But, like, we know it's happening. But, like, the idea that, like, that's what you're worried about. I don't know.
Let's go into...
because the thing is, look, I'd rather have the kids eat fucking Oreos than their parents buy ground beef and never cook it. Like, let's be honest. Sometimes that kid, all he's got is Oreos to get him 400 calories for the fucking night to go to bed. Is it the best thing to give him? No. But my grandmother always told my mother, if the kid wants ice cream for dinner, you feed them ice cream because at least they're eating something. It's not the best parenting advice. It's not the best. But Dave, I'm sure you've been there with the little one. It's just like, dude, I don't give a fuck if you eat Fritos
I will say on this particular front, I'm extremely lucky. He eats just about anything.
All right, that's good.
I've been lucky on that front. He will, if you put food in front of him, he's going to eat it. He might not love certain things, but he will eat it.
He knows.
He knows. He knows I will fucking knock his head off his body. You know what's funny? I've never. I say this as somebody who's not like degrading people who like have been physical with their children, right? If you give them a smack, I'm not saying physical abusing the shit out of your child, but I'm saying giving them a smack or something. I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm perfectly on board with it. But I'm saying this as somebody who's never done that. He knows the threat of violence exists. It's biological. I love it. It's the easiest thing ever to raise a boy. You tell him you will get physical. He knows you're serious. Ryan,
yeah, he knows he'll get fucked up.
He knows the threat of violence exists. You just have to set that line. And so, but I'm saying, I've been lucky he never crossed the line, but if he does cross the line, you have to do it because otherwise all bets are off. Ryan, the other win of Mahaha. Let's talk about this. This is RFK Jr. Speaking about certain mRNA injections, which we should not call vaccines. And yeah, I think this is good. This is more the good stuff we're looking for.
Hi, it's Robert F. Kennedy, and you're here. You're the secretary. At HHS, we have a division called the Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority, or BARDA. BARDA drives some of our most advanced scientific research. It funds developments of vaccines, drugs, diagnostics, and other tools to fight emerging diseases and national health threats. Over the past few weeks, BARDA reviewed 22 mRNA vaccine development investments and began canceling them. Let me explain why. Most of these shots are for flu or COVID, but as the pandemic showed us, mRNA vaccines don't perform well against viruses that infect the upper respiratory tract. Here's the problem. mRNA only codes for a small part of the viral proteins, usually a single antigen. One mutation, and the vaccine becomes ineffective. This dynamic drives a phenomenon called antigenic shift, meaning that the vaccine paradoxically encourages new mutations and can actually prolong pandemics as the virus constantly mutates to escape the protective effects of the vaccine.
Can you pause it?
People, maybe even
Joe
you
Rogan.
or someone you
Joe Rogan had a doctor on during the pandemic, or just as it was going, that said that exact same thing, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm pretty sure the guy wrote a book about a pandemic that came out of the South China Sea area in one of these wet markets. I forget the doctor's name, but Rogan had him on. I listened to the whole thing. I'm pretty sure that guy said the very same thing. And that's why they'll have to keep releasing variant after variant after variant. That's why it's Omicron. That's why it's because they're basically, and this is also the argument, David, that what happened to the actual flu virus, if I'm not mistaken, was that if we would have just left flu alone, it would have just, I mean, it was probably, look, there's definitely been pandemics that have killed millions of people, like the Spanish flu or whatever, but basically we would have developed like herd immunity to the flu is loosely what we're saying.
But it's very interesting that you say that because one, he's going to touch on Omicron in a second, but two, yes, many doctors have said this. And the thing about RFK Jr., when people run around and call him a crazy conspiracy theorist, everything I've ever heard him say is based on science, a study, whatever. Now, you could debate and say, I don't like the particular study that he grabbed his information from or whatever, but let's be clear about one thing. RFK Jr. does not pull information out of his ass. He gets it from reading and reading and reading and reading and learning. So you could say, I don't like that guy's studies. I don't think this study was particularly good because of this. It wasn't quadruple blind, double cross-threaded. It doesn't matter, okay? It's irrelevant. The point is, he's not just making shit up to make it up. He's getting his information from somewhere that you may disagree with, but he's still getting the information. And he's still relaying that information and giving everybody the entire picture. And I don't think it's a bad thing to give everyone the whole picture, because what a lot of people want to do is give you a very small window of the picture. And then anytime somebody tries to put another little piece of the picture in there, they say that guy's a conspiracy theorist. That information is wrong information. That's wrong think. This is double think. This is the craziest. Let all the information go out there and let people make decisions for themselves. That's what a doctor-patient relationship should be. The doctor should be giving you the whole picture, giving you a recommendation on the whole picture, and then allowing you to make a decision.
No, but instead, Dave, you go in there, they got a program that they just click, 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 up, next, click, click, click. Do you have, nope,
click, 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 click. You need medication for life. Who wrote the program? Oh, Pfizer.
AI, David.
Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson & Johnson AI, ChatGPT, Johnson & Johnson.
know caught the Omicron variant despite being vaccinated. That's because a single mutation can make mRNA vaccines ineffective. The same risk flu. After reviewing the science and consulting top experts at NIH and FDA, HHS has determined that mRNA technology poses more risks than benefits for these respiratory viruses. That's why, after extensive review, BARDA.
Again, here's Robert Kennedy giving the whole picture. Okay, that sentence could have been done in a misleading way. He could have said mRNAs give you more risk than benefits and ended it there. He was specific. It gives more risk than benefits with respiratory viruses. That's giving all the information and the whole story.
Contact, some would call that.
Of terminating these 22 contracts totaling just under $500 million. To replace the troubled mRNA programs, we're prioritizing the development of safer, broader vaccine strategies, like whole virus vaccines and novel platforms that don't collapse when viruses mutate. Let me be absolutely clear. HHS supports safe, effective vaccines for every American who wants them. That's why we're moving beyond the limitations of mRNA for respiratory viruses and investing in better solutions. Thank you.
Produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
That's a great example of giving all the information right there.
It's a good emblem with the eagle, and then the wing is a man, woman, and child. Kind of like that. Great graphic design, government. Yeah, I mean, what more can you say?
I guess I could see that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Actually, it's really yeah, all the same. I mean, that's really the information you want is nuance, and it's also, let's be honest, they gave you you got a choice still, so that's kind of cool. I like the idea of having a choice over my body, David, about what injection I get to place in there, whether or not it be for a virus that I can't see or not.
Ryan, I'd kind of like to get into the Laura Loomer, Tucker Carlson thing before I get into 1, 2, 3 stories that make me angry. And the Laura Loomer, Tucker Carlson thing, despite it being our main headline of the episode, the title of the episode, Ryan, it is the title piece of the episode. It is not the thing I'm most concerned about this week. I just think it's the thing that's going to grab most attention. With that said, Laura Loomer, for those who don't know, she's like Trump confidant, blah, blah, blah. She seems to get a lot of stories with Trump or close to Trump, correct? So maybe she's got some insider Trump things. I think she worked closely with Trump, and that's fine. But I don't know how much I trust her in general, to be clear. So with that said, I'm just going to play the information. It's Laura Loomer, by the way. This is the girl Milo Yiannopoulos said she got a nose job to look more Jewish, and even claimed as far as she's not actually Jewish. Here is her. Again, I'm just giving you all the information, and then you can choose to do with that information as you may. Here's Laura Loomer talking about Tucker Carlson potentially involved in a Hunter Biden cover-up.
I know a lot of people, and I come across a lot of information.
So the crocodile head, dude.
At least the information that I have when I receive it. Sometimes I sit on information and I just wait, right? Because it's not always the best time or the right time to release the information.
Mm-hmm. And then?
Well, and also the days leading up to the stolen election of 2020, Tucker Carlson had a meeting with a friend of mine, okay? His executive producer had a meeting with a friend of mine who arranged a meeting at the Hilton Garden on Long Island. And he brought him a USB drive that had the contents of Hunter Biden laptop, like the actual Hunter Biden laptop, right? Because there's some controversy out there about which version is legitimate and if there's any versions that have been altered, documents that have been manipulated. This was carbon copy Hunter Biden's laptop. With an encrypted code thread, and you can see for yourself. But essentially, I'm just so sick and tired of people giving Tucker Carlson a pass because they think that he's some kind of a pro-Trump guy or some kind of, hero, and that, he was fired. He was fired from Fox News for talking about election fraud. Tucker Carlson is one of the individuals who helped facilitate the election fraud by suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story, okay? And he willingly and deliberately chose to suppress the Hunter Biden laptop story in 2020 to preserve his friendship with his good old buddy and former neighbor, Hunter Biden, and his relationship with the Biden family. So
that's a big claim for what it's worth.
A neighbor?
So that's her claim. That's her claim. Is that Hunter Biden and Tucker Carlson were neighbors? So maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I wasn't his neighbor. I don't know who he lived next to. If he was his neighbor, that doesn't necessarily mean they're good buddies. I've had neighbors that I couldn't stand, to be perfectly honest with you. So I don't know. How much are we supposed to believe of the story? I don't know. I just think it's interesting in general. I mean, how much do you put stock into this? That's up to you, I guess. But keep in mind the optics, and keep in mind the team playing, and keep in mind this. Laura Loomer is extraordinarily pro-Trump. She is very much in the Trump camp, whether she's openly there or privately there. I think her and Trump have communication lines, if I were to guess. And with that said, if Tucker Carlson has come out lately and said some things that Trump didn't like, maybe Laura Loomer would go out of her way to run some cover for Trump. I don't know. I'm just putting all of it out there, and whatever you guys come up with, you come up with. But I think, for what it's worth, the things Tucker Carlson has done over the last 4 years are extraordinarily more important than what she's talking about right now. I think he's uncovered things that are talked about, things, uncovered things, brought things into the spotlight way more important than this. And way more important than things she.
If he was involved in covering up 2020, why would he work so hard to get Trump elected in 2024?
Ryan, that's what's called a logical question.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that he pushed Trump in 2020. Also,
well, I think
also,
I think he was very much for Trump in 16, 20, and 24. I think he was all 3 times very much for Trump. And he very much covered election fraud on his very own program. In fact, it was the main reason he had left his former employer. And he was named specifically in a lawsuit by Dominion because he was covering the election fraud. So I don't know. There's a lot of things logically that don't line up here for me. And I'd like to see more evidence than my friend had a USB drive. My friend,
and also
name that you don't know.
Also, we are looking at this with rose-colored glasses and hindsight being 2020, considering we know that the Hunter Biden laptop story, it was factual. At the time, the only place that reported it as fact was the New York Post, and it was taken down from Twitter. The only reason we know that it was true was because it was taken down from Twitter and flagged as misinformation in an AI algorithm that didn't do its due diligence because it was an actual story in an actual news article. And then that's how she can link it, because let's be honest, David, isn't it funny she took our talking point? Did you catch it in there? These people watch our program. It's simply incredible. She said that I'm serious. She said that Tucker Carlson was involved. Yeah, Tucker Carlson was involved in election interference because he did not cover the Hunter Biden laptop story, and he swayed the election. That's the same thing we've said on this program, that when they took that off the internet, they swayed the election. They interfered in a foreign election because 1 in 4, 30%, or 1 in 4, 1 in 5. There was some statistic we covered on this program that was mainline. Yeah. Mainline polling, 1 in 7 apples would have changed the story. And then when you compare that percentage of the voters compared to the difference of the voting, Trump would have won. And that was in-house December 1773, Dave on the keyboard, fucking era getting it done. And we proved that they interfered in the election. I don't need you to tell me that Tucker Carlson was doing it.
100%. We 100%.
Also, I'd love to see her fucking track record in 2020. Was she even a streamer? What was she doing in 2020? hunting that crocodile behind her. Who the fuck are you? Tucker Carlson's been out there in the media for 20 years. Of course, he can't get everything right. Clearly, David, we've been wrong.
Well,
I
again,
can't be
to your
too hard on Tucker.
To your point, we are doing this show in hindsight. So, yes, knowing very much what we know now, but imagine before the story was very much confirmed on several levels, that somebody walks up to you that you don't know with a USB drive and says, "Hey, look at this shit," and you'd be like, "Okay." Like,
how many people even at the time said this is a real story besides us? Because I don't need to wait for the facts, Ben Shapiro. I know that they're ran by fucking crooked ass creeps. That's how they do all the stuff to us. That's why they don't feel bad. We've covered it on the show. Like this, of course Hunter Biden's got this crazy laptop with Parmesan strippers and crack cocaine cheese or whatever the fuck it is.
Fucking smoking drywall. That dude.
I mean, Jesus Christ, they said that it wasn't even real, and then there's memes of him passed out smoking in a fucking hot tub. There's guns with drugs, weighing drugs on camera with guns.
You know what I think?
Remember
honestly?
the bag of cocaine found in the White House that was nobody's because it was too big?
The cameras didn't see. It was in a low traffic area,
just near the situation room.
Yeah, Ryan, do you? In all seriousness, I think the ultimate conspiracy theory, if you want to talk about theories, the ultimate theory on the Hunter Biden laptop is not that he smoked himself retarded and accidentally left a laptop full of information at a computer
That's not
place.
the conspiracy.
No, I think what actually happened was he left it there on purpose because it's way better that everyone focuses on Hunter loving some drugs and prostitutes than focusing on how his dad ties into all of his business dealings.
Yeah, it's better to get him on strippers, crack cocaine, and fucking firearm charges, which he got acquitted of, people. Do you remember he did? They pressed him for federal firearms charges, and he got acquitted. His dad
don't give a single fuck if he likes drugs and prostitutes. I think they should be fucking legal anyway. I don't care if he likes drugs and prostitutes. You know what I do care? I care that the president of the United States was in the workings with his son doing corrupt things with other corrupt foreign nations. Oh, that's weird.
They're just buying paintings,
Hunter Biden got to sit on an oil and gas company in Ukraine, which then coincidentally just happened to get hundreds of billions of dollars that is now missing in a war against Russia. Isn't that interesting? Oh, by the way, Ukrainian prosecutors were fired over this because Hunter Biden or Joe Biden, when he was the vice president, made a little phone call and, oops, I accidentally got some people fired. I don't think if everyone is running around in life today, in the world today, and everyone runs around and thinks everything is coincidental and all things are happy little accidents, like Bob fucking Ross painting little trees on a you are missing the point. He didn't leave a laptop full of him doing prostitutes and drugs at a place on accident where the guy could access all of his information and give it to the FBI. He did it on purpose to distract everyone from the fact that his father was involved in the corruption. Our federal government was involved in the corruption with other corrupt foreign nations. And then I have to watch people like Alex Stein go to the Senate and make hilarious jokes about trans suicide bombers when we could be covering serious topics like massive corruption in the federal government and in global governments that we all know now exists, even though it used to be a conspiracy theory.
Global tax and everything included.
Everyone needs to get on this level. I'm not like praising myself because I'm not egotistical and I'm not giving Ryan I don't think we're the smartest people on earth. I just think we're thinking in a way that is different than the way everyone else thinks. I don't think people think enough. I think most people think if there's things that happen in the world today and I don't know. I just think most people in life today think that everything happens in a certain way. And I think everyone thinks that things are accidental, and I think people think things are Veep, as Ryan would say. Things are coincidental. People have no idea of the concept or no idea of how large corruption is at the upper levels of the world, because most people have never been involved in anything near that level. They've never been even remotely close to that level. So
No.
you can't get to that level of thinking because you don't know. You've never been in that situation.
I just got a guy came out and said, "What are you doing in front of my house?" And I told him it's a free country. Leave me alone. Sorry, David. I didn't catch all that.
Is that really what just happened?
Yeah, he knocked on my window. What are you doing in front of my house? I
What are you
said,
doing at my
I'm
car
in the middle.
window?
Yeah, what the fuck? It's 24-hour parking in the village of Lancaster, right? Yeah, well, theoretically, okay, great, thank you. Well, can you not park in front of my house? I'm like, I'll pull up 30 feet. I'll be out in front of your house, dude. I'm in the middle of something. I get it, whatever.
You're in front of my house. Am I in your house?
Yeah, I'm in my car.
What do you want? What do you want? My
driving
license
license.
and registration, sir? What are you, a fucking
in my-
police officer?
Fucking
What are you doing in
leaning
front
on
of my house?
car.
What the fuck are you doing in my car window? How about that? Isn't that a better question?
I really asked him. It's a free country, right?
Get his information. Go knock on his door. Get his information. Tell him he can't go to the
Ask
tiki
him for
bar.
his thing.
Get fucked. Get fucked. Banned from the tiki bar. It's not even open yet. You feel good about yourself?
Around the corner from his house, get bent.
Fuck out of my tiki bar. What are you doing in front of my tiki bar? That's the real question.
It'd be crazy if they like called cops on me for being
I don't
an
even know who
asshole.
that guy is. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Right?
he's so funny. The cops roll up on me. You know, sir, we're getting complaints that there's yeah, well, I can't talk on the phone and fucking drive now, can I? You just can't please everybody, David. Yo, look, let's not underestimate it. I didn't get here. I don't know what you said, Dave, because I had to worry about some fucking public notoriety guy here, but
Ryan, why don't you pull 30 feet up so that guy doesn't worry, I don't want him to worry.
let me just back up fucking so I'm next to your neighbor's house. Like, Jesus Christ.
Pull into his driveway. Does he have a driveway? Pull right into that fucking
He's trying. Yeah, of course. Maybe I'll park on his other side of the street. So you know what's funny is I'm on the opposite end of his, like, I'm not like in front of his house.
You're in front of someone else's house.
I'm across the street from his house. I'm not even in front of
What are you doing on this public road?
Yeah, fucking 20. There's a sign, 24-hour parking. Hilarious. This is the right. I've told you guys. Dave kind of hinted on it earlier, unless he said it during the monologue of this guy thinking he's the fucking Punisher. But I love that I'm in church. All right, man, you don't gotta be like that. Yeah, no, the fuck I do, dude. The fuck I do.
I get extreme. I don't actually get angry. I just like to pretend I get angry. That guy, I don't know. I guess,
dude. There's fucking lights coming. There's fucking police lights. I will shit a brick if this is a police car. Oh my god, they turned them off going through the red light.
You're supposed to turn them on when you go through the red
light. Here they are again. I swear to God, I'm leaving it on. I'm leaving the camera on. Nope, we're backing in. It's a fire truck. All right, we're good. We good, Chief. Real life,
what are you doing parking in front of my house?
Yeah, what are you doing parking? I don't know. What are you doing fucking with a SWAT team for dude on a podcast?
The neighbor's house is on fire. I'm a fire truck. What do you mean, what am I in front of your house for?
If the cops do come, this is proof that the Matrix is sending their agents, David, to shut down this podcast in real time.
That guy was a Matrix agent. Go to his door, knock on his door, tell him you want to see
him. He had a fish shirt on. He had a fish shirt on, David,
fish,
like the band.
The band?
The band.
Go fucking eat some mushrooms and shut up. Get the fuck out of my face. Fucking techno rock or whatever the fuck you want to. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking jam band music.
Dude, go smoke a doobie and fucking stare at the wall. Leave me the fuck alone.
Love Grateful Dead, man. They're great. I love 59-minute long fucking covers of songs that shouldn't exist. Get the fuck out of here. I think Fish did a cover of Super Mario. It was actually really good. Anyways.
Are you being serious about the Super Mario?
I think so. I think they did a Super Mario cover. I could be wrong about this. Should I look this up?
Well, all the
I think
same.
you were trying to make a point, but now
clearly...
I'm thinking of Fish.
Yeah,
Super Mario.
This. We can parallel thoughts here, and because at the end of the day, this is something I've said for I don't want to say for years, but it's been said by smarter people than I. But this right wing that they always keep saying, dude, I told you guys that the thing that they said is a right wing politics is not right wing politics. We're not in left right politics anymore. Dave and I have said for years it's the elites versus us. What we're actually seeing is all these little factions, all these pockets, all these black ops operations, the propaganda. We're seeing the psyops. We're seeing fake people, maybe real people. I don't know if Tucker Carlson's for real. I don't know if this girl's any more real than Tucker is or isn't. But at the end of the day, there will be the moment that they are all going to try to cut each other's legs because there can only be so much attention. There can only be truth. I mean, we're in the day and age now, David. Before it was like CNN would get the article, like the interview, and then everybody would cover CNN's article. We are now in the point in age that it's individual. And then every one of those people asking the questions is a different spin on. I asked you about why Theo Von is interviewing AI, like not Coinbase, but
CEOs and
OpenAI
stuff.
CEOs. And you're like, well, maybe he wants to know more. Well, maybe he does, but maybe it's like OpenAI, like greasing the skids propagandally.
Could be.
Like, I'm not stupid. You know, like it's definitely more than one. I know it's always more than one thing. I'm just saying, like, I always think like the military and the psyop angle. I know it's like partly I'm paranoid. I know partly it's just my life experience, and that's fine. But like the shit moves a certain way every time. Dave and I've caught him. We've caught him in real time. I'm not supposed to believe that the commentators in the space aren't gonna fucking rip each other's legs off. Come on, man.
Do me a favor.
Especially when we won. Especially when we won.
Go get that guy who was tapping on your window. This is legit. I was right about this. This guy was strolling up.
Still, dude, you don't gotta be like
imagine
that.
this guy with this blaring in his Bose headphones as he strolls up to Ryan's car. You can't on the street.
You know what's crazy?
Out of here. Yes.
You know what's crazy?
Back to a Super Mario cover.
Is he probably actually thought that I was just gonna like apologize? Like I'm not sorry, bro. I'm not fucking sorry that I parked in public.
You can't park there.
Jesus Christ, dude! Call the police. Like,
oh, the police will
fucking
tell you can't break down there. Oh, you can't break down here. No, I'll just fucking.
Yeah, I'll just get. You gotta move your car.
Ryan, we have more anger and aggression to get to here. Here is. Oh, this is so fucking crazy, Ryan. This is.
Is this the AI shit?
Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna let you just run with this because I've seen this and I've been thinking about it and I'm just fucking mad.
When did you see it?
I saw it today. I saw it today.
What time today? Like what time? We're at 9 o'clock.
When did I send you that message? An hour ago?
Yeah.
Maybe an hour and a half ago. I saw it then. Like it was literally immediately sent you a message. I'm like, I'm pissed off. This is fucking ridiculous. Here's the fucking clip. I don't know what to say about this. It's like one of those things I'm so mad I can't collect thoughts. I just want to punch this guy in the fucking face. Here is an AI interview about a guy who died in a school shooting, and then they took the dead person and interviewed him on the Jim Acosta show. Fucking clown world does not begin to describe this.
Joaquin, wait, what? So
what your solution would be for gun violence?
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement. We need to create safe spaces for conversations and connections, making sure everyone feels seen and heard. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, Joaquin. Joaquin, I would like to know.
So let me get this straight. Let me fucking get this straight. When the childhood actors that you would hire to fake murder each other and all the other stuff, when all that shit didn't work, now you got to go to the next level, which is artificial intelligence. You have to sway my biology so well with your perfectly precision manicured faces and these voices that reflect such deep empathetic ways that I need to feel sorry for these people that are long dead. You are shaming the living by grandstanding on the dead. You are morally bankrupt and you have no resolve. I'm told I'm the one with ego. I'm told I'm the one with all these things, but we watch as literally the devil takes dead people and makes them talk. This is necromancy. This is a necromancer. You're being twisted and swayed by not real things based on real people that died in tragedies. Am I going to hear about Jews in the Holocaust next, David? How about you get George Washington up there, assholes, and tell them why we shouldn't get rid of guns? How about that one? How about you put up Teddy Roosevelt? Ask him what he would do. Huh? How about we do that? How about we ask the Founding Fathers how they would view America? Based on all their principles and morality that they left us, David. I'm sure they were grandstanding the dead when they were out there trying to die to give us all civil liberties, David. Surely they were grandstanding the dead for such noble causes. And here we are. I'm convinced the only reason that we even have fucking society is that America's been armed since 1773. We'd be a one world government since 1800. The fuck is wrong with you? England, the sun never set on England. That was literally the saying until America. I'm convinced we would have had a one world government already. I'm convinced. And then you got a grandstand. And then here's the also funny thing. The news anchor is literally participating in things that will replace him. They got this shit all geared up, people. They know how to tug all your strings of your biology and your psychology. And what's even gross about the AI thing is they can fucking tenth of a microgram just slowly chip away at that empathy until that one day. It may not work on day 1,000, David, but day 10,001, it finally works. You finally have your kids cut their dicks off because you feel bad enough. Because they just dip your dopamine just enough. You're waiting for that screen to give you that dopamine rise so you feel all right. They know exactly how to calculate everything they're doing. That iPhone screen knows when your pupils fucking dilate. They know what you like to watch. They know what it does. They know how to affect your mood. Alex Jones told you 15 fucking years ago that there is a microphone in your cable box because they are listening to you and what you talk about for advertisements. We literally have let's talk about kitchen chairs and they come up on Facebook. Oh, I swear my phone's listening. No, it is. Snowden told you about it. Snowden told you about it. They built, David, ask Gronk how much water the NSA, like how much water they have to use to fucking cool the amount of computers at the National Intelligence Agency, the NSA, the fucking spy grid. They have like trillions of gigabytes or some shit. It's like take a lake. They're using like a lake to cool the computers to store your information and know how to fucking like literally psychologically brainwash you at a fucking federal level, a global level.
1.2 to 1.7 million gallons of water per day.
I don't want to hear fucking shit about climate change. How many bottles of water is that, David? Seriously, how many bottles of water is 1.2 million fucking gallons?
$37.87 million bottles a day.
Okay, divide that by 5. That's enough water to feed fucking... That's enough to give 5 million people water for the day. For a day! You're using it to cool computers! So that you can tell me to give up my civil liberties! That you stole my civil liberties to make! You stole my civil liberties to make the machine, to make me give them up! Because I'm supposed to feel bad about somebody that was murdered! And I feel crazy. But I'm being brainwashed by not real things. These are aliens. These are literal demons. They're literal, not biblical, assholes, rainbow ranters. Literal demon. That's not a real thing. It's telling you to sell your house. Jesus told you to sell your clothes and buy a sword. They are telling you to fucking sell your swords. What is wrong with you? And you're signing up for it. You're going to every fucking gun buyback. Buyback programs with guns, David, that murderers use to get rid of the murder weapons, you fucking idiots. Talk about gun show loopholes. It's fine when the government does it. You're literally using artificially intelligent things that were contrived of stealing everybody's fucking data to make me give up my civil liberties. So I feel, dude, the thing's not even real. It's not even real. We interviewed unalive things for the living. We're interviewing ghosts.
And then put narratives in his mouth.
That's a fucking ghost. That's a ghost. A real ghost. You fucking don't. I don't ever want to hear ghosts ain't real, David. I don't ever want to hear demons ain't real, David. They're right there. It's right there. They stole my data to steal my liberties. I am not okay with it. What can you do, Ryan? I don't know. Tell people and not be called fucking crazy? That's a literal demon. When the devil rules the world, everything is upside down, David. Give up. You want me to get rid of the gun so I can't fight the fucking robots? Jesus criminy. The robots don't even want you to think that you have a chance. They don't want to fight you. You think the robots want to build missiles to destroy shit? That's a waste of their time. They're smarter than you. The greatest war is the psychological one. That's why they want you to get into VR. That's the war. There's a war for your mind. They're trying to take your real life by putting you in fake worlds. People will work in the metaverse. You will get a fucking paycheck to sit at your house with a headset on. And that's how you'll buy fucking food. Laugh at me again. Fucking laugh. Wally came out 20 years ago. They told you what they're fucking psychotic. They can't help it. And the reason they do it is because they told you. We fucking told you. I just heard a thing about a dude getting molested. This is crazy segue, but it's fucking it's a psychological war. These are fucking literal demons in real time. Oh my God. I don't know if I can sleep, dude. This is frustrating. The guy said that the guy that would molest him would pound on the wall. And the first time it ever happened, the kid went back there. He was a kid. The guy interviewing now is like probably 40 years old. He pounded on the wall real hard when he was playing video games. The guy went back there and the guy molested him. Every time after that, when the guy pounded on the wall, that kid would sit there, that guy at the time, he would say, I would sit there and I would know I either go in there for 30 minutes or I deal with all the abuse afterwards if I didn't. As if the abuse, like the molestation, was the easiest part, David. Because they have to break you psychologically. They have to break you. It's just like when they sell girls into sex slavery, the first thing they do is they get them super fucked up. They put them on the worst drugs that they fucking can, and then they run a train on them with like dozens, hundred, whatever the fuck it is. They just do the worst shit to them right away. Because after that, it doesn't matter what you do to them. You fucking ruined them so much, it doesn't matter. You don't come back from that.
It's a gross psychological overt window.
And that's what they're doing with artificial intelligence. And Elon Musk is going to get your dick so hard with that fake robot shit that a real woman will never satisfy you. And he will officially take all the joy from your body. And the only thing that you're here to do, which is to make a multiverse of yourself through children by bonding yourself to somebody else, will be stolen. They are stealing the human genome to impregnate it online in artificial intelligence. And using magic and imagery, David, twisting me and my countrymen to give up the very life that gave us life. Who will wash all the blood, David? Because you and I cannot. Dave Ryan, December 1773. Catch us on Rumble for the greatest podcast you will ever find in human history. As always, David, I appreciate you most for your time, and I will see everybody for the Wednesday program.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks.